You are now listening to the Vitalize Podcast. Hey, yo, what up, family? Oh, welcome back to the Vitalize Podcast. You're here with your friendly neighborhood host, Mr. Marcus Black, and I'm so incredibly excited, elated, ecstatic, and all the other words to be here with you today. And guess what else? Boom! Happy New Year! That was so extra, but I just could not help myself but coming in, man, is celebrating a brand new year, new opportunities. Listen, new year, new me. I know some people hate that. They feel like it's so cliche. We don't care what they hate, man. We about to have a good time today, man. And I hope you guys had a great time celebrating new beginnings, celebrating the year in review, having a chance to pause, assess, reflect over the previous year. If you don't know what that is, we're going to talk about it. And we're going to get real strategic with where we're going today. So I do want to take a moment and just pause for the cause and just thank all of you guys for the love, for the sharing, for the caring. Man, you guys have been going bananas on social media. So keep doing that. Keep inviting your people. I got some really, in all caps, big things coming up this year that I'm really excited to announce to you. So stay tuned. There is the book retreat I'm doing in Puerto Rico. So if you want to know more about the details of that, it's happening in May. Holla at your boy. I can get you some details. We're only taking a few people. Spots are very limited. If you've never written a book and you want to write a book, you want to tell your story, for the price of what I normally charge for that, just to work with me on Zoom, you get it for the same price, except you get to do it in Puerto Rico, in literal paradise. It covers your room, your board, your stay, your food, all food, covers everything there except getting there. Plus the book, the manuscript, that process. So you definitely want to learn more about that, how you can join. You don't even need a passport to join us in Puerto Rico. Just tap in with me, send me a message, say book retreat, send me a DM on Instagram at mblackspeak, say book retreat, and I'll talk to you and I'll get you some details and we can get your book written, my friend, and send you well on your way on your publishing journey into making your dreams come true as being an officially published author. So I got that coming up. Also got the Kindness Wins cruise coming up. Oh, y'all better stay tuned. Kindness Wins cruise is coming up in March. So that's one that I'm really looking forward to. So many things doing with Air One's Dare to Dream with the radio station. I'm literally right now headed to Chicago for an incredible Ripple Effect event by Vit Factor. Vit Factor presents the Ripple Effect. That event's happening in Chicago. So I'm about to be headed there here shortly. But listen, I'm just excited for all the things this year will bring. And the thing that I had not yet announced, I am strongly considering a different type of retreat, an overall wellness retreat. And it will be an event, personal, professional development event where yours truly is getting to the nitty gritty to help you level up. And we're probably going to do that one in the Caribbean as well. I have not decided upon a location, but you will probably want to have your passport ready. So this is your cue to go ahead, get your passport ready, because we's going up, my friend, and we got some work to do. So it'll be like vacation meets iron sharpening iron, coming together like in a mastermind setting with other world changers, leveling up, sharpening, sharing ideas, setting game plans and intentions, and going and making dreams a reality because you can. Straight like that, man. I'm in Black Speaks. This is the Vitalize Podcast. And if you're new here, welcome, man. There's no such thing as a second-time guest here. Wherever you found this, however you stumbled upon this piece of content, from the bottom of my heart, yours truly is super grateful to have you here. I love people, man. I love meeting new people. I love connecting with people. And this community is all about giving life, all positivity, all day, inspiration, motivation, affirmation. If that's your thing, we might be for you. Pull on up, sit on down, get comfortable, grab a seat, because you found your way to the right place today, straight like that. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you to the YouTube subscribers and community. I appreciate you guys tapping in with the guy. And wherever you find yourself right now, man, we're excited. We're excited. So we're coming off this huge celebration. Some of y'all feel really great. Some of y'all feel not so great. There's a spectrum of how we feel. Well, ultimately, I'm going to give you some tools to help you make this year the best year it could possibly be. Tools to make this year the best year it could possibly be. And the first step that I really want to talk about today is I want you guys to look back over your previous year if you have not yet. Some of y'all is already built in. You live that personal, professional development life. You got these reviews, end of year reviews, just like they give you at a job. You give them to yourself. Where are you really? Assess. Pause, assess, reflect, right? That's my PAR method. I teach that. I've taught it before on this podcast. Pause. Stop doing everything you're doing. Sometimes you're so bogged down in the fray of everything that you have to do that you lose sight of what it is that you really need in that moment. Pause long enough for the cause so that you can tap in and see where you are. Assess. Where are you really? Assess. How did your last year really go? What did it look like? Did you achieve goals? Did you level up? Did your relationships grow? Did they thrive? Did they flourish? How did your finances, how did you handle those? Did you take some hits? It was an election year. Things change. Economy get a little crazy in an election year. How are you really? How is your heart? How's your heart health? How's your physical health? How is it really? How you feeling? Feeling good? Got some juice? Got a little energy? Or no? How's your mental health? I am going to forever be an advocate and screaming for mental health. I'm fighting for it. I'm fighting for mental health because mental health matters. That's what we're talking about. But where are you really? Did you assess? If you didn't, you need to pause for the cause and you need to do that now. By now, you don't have to do it right now. You can keep listening to me. But when this moment is over, when this episode is over, in the next few days, you need to sit down, distraction free, phone off, no distractions, because distraction leads to destruction. You need to put your phone down, off, get you some paper, get you a notebook, and start writing over where you are, really. Where are you in all those areas? Your relationships, where are you in your family dynamics, relationships, faith? Where's your faith? How you feel? Spiritually, where are you? Up, down, all around, under the earth, floating, cloud nine, where are you? How excited are you for the opportunities you have this year? How? Let me know. Holla at your boy. Write it down. Put it on paper. Put it on paper. And I need you to tell me, like, how are you in your finances? How did that go? Up, down, all around. Low, not where you want to be. Took some major setbacks last year. Where are you in your fitness, physical health? Where are you? Mental health? Where are you? Really? We got to start there. So some of y'all have already done this, so you can bypass this part. But if you have not done this, I need you to pause for the cause, and I need you to reflect. I need you to go back, and I need to see where you are. All right, now, after you've done so, now we got to set intentions for the new year, because nothing is going to happen by accident. Your dreams are not going to become a reality by accident. You're not going to get to the mountaintop on accident. You got to chart the course, and you got to know. That's why when people go and climb Everest, which yours truly would never do, because I ain't about that life. I'm not about them heights life. But if I was, they would connect me with a Sherpa. A Sherpa's going to show me the way. Guess what? What is that? Who is that? What do they do? That's somebody that's been to the mountaintop before and they knows how to chart the path. So they're going to sit with you. They're going to assess your strengths, weaknesses. They're going to prepare you, equip you, and they're going to take you on that journey. But that means that starts with them charting that course, so that they have a path, because sometimes the course has to look a little different based upon conditions that are outside of their control, like the weather. I've been watching these documentaries, man. I'm telling you, your boy be staying tapped in. I'm never going to do that, but it's fascinating to me watching other people do that. And when this huge avalanche happens or the weather falls in a crazy way, they got to take a slightly different path. They got to chart the course based on the things that are happening around them. And this is no different than the life in which you live. There will be things that happen around you. And when things are happening around you, you still have to chart the course, taking into account those things that are happening beyond your control in order to make it real. So what does this year look like? What are the things that's happening around you that are beyond your control? You got a kid graduating. You got a kid getting married. You getting married. You graduating. Family member. Did you lose a loved one recently? If you did, may they rest. Coming off the holidays with a hole in your heart the size of a person that's no longer here, man, that's one of the most difficult things to face. So I'm sending you big love and big condolences, because I know that's not easy to deal with. But those things, all you have to take into account and take into effect when charting your course for this year. And what I'm challenging you to do, listen, we here for a good time, not for a long time. I know some of y'all still in celebration mode. Some of y'all kids ain't even been back. This kids ain't back at school. You not back to work. Some of y'all on vacation. Wherever you find yourself. Some of y'all coming to see your boy at the Ripple Effect event in Chicago. Wherever you find yourself, man. I just want you to be intentional with this year. I want you to know that no matter how bad it got last year or how good it got last year is last year and that year is buried. It's a brand new year. So if it got real bad for you, it could turn around in a moment's notice. All it takes is one situation. All it takes is one circumstance. All it takes is one connection. All it takes is one golden opportunity for you to step into, to transform and change your entire life. That's all it takes is one. The power of one. That's all it takes is one moment. One shining moment can change the entire game for you, can change everything for you. Will this be your moment? I don't know. I can't say for sure. I believe it can. Do you believe it can? Because what you believe goes a long way to determining what your year looks like. Do you believe that you're just doomed and destined, that things will never change? Your life will probably look very similar to that belief system that you hold. Do you believe that things can turn around for your good? All things are working for your good. Do you believe that? Because if you do, then you're going to start to see things shift in a positive way. You got to chart the course for this year, and you got to put it on paper. So I want you to do a couple of things for me. This is what I want you to do for me. As you're getting out and you're getting intentional with your notes and your notepad, man, I'm going to give you these 3 quick things that are the mantra for my life. I'm going to give them to you. This is what I'm doing this year. I'm going to give them to you, and let's see what you do and where you land. The first thing I want you to do as you do, and I want you to take some goals. I want you to put these goals on paper, and in the formation of these goals, I want you to dream big. Dream big, dream big, dream big. I don't know no other way to say it. Dream big, bigger than you even thought. If it don't make you scared, afraid, uncomfortable, don't make your stomach drop to the pit of your core, you're not dreaming big enough. You're not dreaming big enough. I hate to tell you, no, that's not true. I'm happy to tell you, you're not dreaming big enough. So, well, I'm just being a realist. Get out of here with that. Real to who? Because I dreamed that I would be one of the biggest speakers in the world, and I cough, cough, award-winning multiple time. Come on, man. What are we talking about? Like, I get to share stage with the biggest speakers in the world, and people in the audience look at me like I'm one of them. I'm like, when did this happen? How did we get here? We got there by the intentionality and the diligence of believing and dreaming that would be the possibility. Bigger. Dream big. I'm telling you, man, you got to dream big and aim high. Okay, you shoot for the sun, you miss, you'll find yourself somewhere among the stars. Shout out to that incredible, famous quote. If you miss, shoot for the sun, shoot for the moon, you miss, you'll land among the stars. You'll find yourself out there floating, flying high with the stars, and you are a star, my friend. So nothing hurts. What happens, I'm going to tell you what my man J. Cole said. J. Cole said, listen, if you believe in God, and if you don't believe in God, that's cool. I still love and respect you. This is just a lyric to a song. But he said, if you believe in God, one thing's for sure. That is that if you didn't aim too high, then you aimed too low. If you believe in God, one thing's for sure. If you didn't aim too high, then you aimed too low. The greatest tragedy is not aiming super high, dreaming big, shooting and missing. That's not the tragedy. The tragedy is aiming too low and hitting. Because you aiming super low, playing super safe, and hitting that goal really, really easily when you really had another 75% in the tank of distance you could have gone. That's like if I was a runner. I'm not a runner. I'm going to run a 5K soon because my brother wanted me to. Shout out to that. But if I'm not a runner, but if I was a runner, and what would be better for me to shoot for a 5K and hit it, or shoot for a marathon and get a half? So I got 13 miles. I completed a half marathon. I trained for a marathon, and I was only able the day of to sign up for a half, and I completed a half. Or I trained for a 5K and I hit a 5K. Well, you tell me. That is the picture I'm trying to paint for you. If you shoot really, really, really big, but you don't go all the way as big as you shot for, but you still are way, way farther, a half a marathon is quite a bit farther than a 5K. Last time I checked, that's 13 miles versus 3.2 miles. So what's further? The 13 miles, even though I trained for 26. The 13 miles or the 3 miles. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this life is a marathon. Aim big, dream big, shoot for the moon. For if you miss, that doesn't make you a failure. You were aggressive. You're trying to make your dreams a reality. We're not playing with life. What are we talking about? We're not playing with this thing called life. We don't got time for that no more. We don't got time for all the unnecessary drama. We don't got time for the distractions. We don't have time for the nonsense on the internet. We don't have time to play. We got dreams to make real, and that's not going to happen unless you're intentional. So get your little paper out, put your pen to pad, and tell me what your big dream is. What is your big, hairy, scary dream? Do you even know? Your boy would like to speak in person in all 195 United Nations countries, or 193, fluctuates. All of them. I want to speak in all of them. I don't care what kind of translator I got to have to make it a reality. That's my God dream. It's not going to happen on my own. It's scary, but it's on paper. I want to win a Nobel Peace Prize. What? How, Sway? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. I'm going for it. Yes, I am. And I want to inspire you to go for yours too. I want you to go for the big, crazy, hairy, scary dream because you can. So put that big, bold dream on paper if you haven't. The second thing, as you round out and get ready to really light it up this year, I want you to live bold. Live bold. Some of y'all been playing way too safe. And guess what happens when you play safe? Matter of fact, I remember last year I had an opportunity to play in a couple of different tournaments, spades tournaments, by the way. You guys might not know what that is. It's a card game. Many people play it around the table and cookouts, and I had an incredible champion. Shout out to I was a champion. I was the first ever spades champion on Chatter Social, which you guys know has been a huge part of my life, a huge community that I've loved. But my dear partner, Kim Green, and I just ran the table and we were whooping people, taking names left and right. Well, there were some teams who were losing games because of something called a bag. What is a bag? Okay, so in spades, how it works is you divvy up the cards and then you got to put out the high card wins, but spades trump all the other cards. That's kind of how it goes. It's way more nuanced than that, but I'm giving you a very basic version of this for the people that don't understand how to play, right? Well, how the game starts is you look at your cards. Every player looks at their cards and you have to say how many you think you're going to win. How many books? A book is a set after everybody's played. That's a book. How many books do you think you will win? And the minimum is 4. Like the minimum your team can say is 4. Now, there are some players who look at their hand and they know they really see 5, but they're scared. Because if you say 5 and you don't get 5, you lose points. You lose points for not reaching your goal. But if you know you got 5 in your hand, you could win 3 maybe, or you could win 7, because sometimes things happen that you don't expect. So that's kind of the nuances of the game. Here's where this thing gets tricky. If you know that you see 5 in your hand, but you say 2 because you're scared, because you play it safe, you very well may still win the game because you actually had 7, even though you said 2. But because you went over that 2 by 5, there's something called bags. Every time you go 1 over what you said you had, that's called a bag. And once you get to 10 bags, you lose 100 points in the grand total of the game. You lose 100 points. There were many teams who were losing not because they weren't actually winning the games. They were losing the grand scheme because they were saying they only had 3 when they had 7. They were saying they had 4 when they really had 6. They were saying they had 2 when they really had 5. That adds up. And because they played too safe, they lost in the end. And some of you right now, that's what you're doing in life. You're like, you know what? I really probably should launch this podcast. I really probably should take this opportunity. There's a small business loan opportunity. There's this application I could apply for funding for federal grants. There's this government contract I could possibly go for. But there's no guarantee I get that. And taking that risk is scary. Betting on myself is scary. I know that journey. I'm living that journey. I'm betting on me now. I feel y'all. Scary. I feel you. Scary. But if you play too safe, that could be the difference in you having a standard year. You make your little 30, 40, 50, 60K for your business, or you took that one risk, that one bold move you made, multiplied exponentially, turned into multiple six figures, turned into a major recording contract, turned into major distribution deal for your movie, for your book, turned into your podcast getting signed to a network, turned into your business being picked up, your product being sold, signed into a deal, multi-million-dollar deal by Target, by Walmart, by Amazon. Like, come on, man. You see what I'm saying? Like bigger, bigger, bigger. And that happens by living bold. Who is the person you need to connect with boldly, free of fear, in order to make your dream a reality? Who do you need to reach out to? Who is it that you can reach out to that's going to move the ball forward exponentially and create the growth that you want to see in your purpose, in your passion, in your business, and your life? It's not going to happen unless you live bold. My man, Mr. Nipsey Hussle, made his soul rest, said, sometimes in this life, you want a slice, you got to roll the dice. You want a slice of the pie, you got to roll the dice. You have to be willing to take appropriate risk, and that means living boldly without the fear of failure. Because what happens? Did it cost you your life? Nope. Did it take away your loved one? Nope. Then it's okay. Life goes on. You had a setback. Okay. You took a risk. Okay. It's okay. Life goes on. And the third and final step in this process that I want you to do when you're putting these dreams on paper, I want you to dream big and I want you to live bold. That means I want you to do things that lead directly back to making what you put on that paper reality. To go take the steps. Go put yourself out there to a way that makes you feel all the way uncomfortable, because you can. And the third thing is to give everything but up. Give everything but up. When I say give everything, I'm talking maximizing every ounce of energy that's inside of you, maximizing every ounce of potential, passion, and purpose that lives inside of you. I'm talking about fighting with everything that you have to allow that which is inside of you to come out and to go and serve the world, creating a legacy that outlives you. That is what we're talking about. Giving everything. I'm talking to the last drop. I got no energy left. There's a motivation album that I created right here at Rose Records Creative. It's called Embrace Your Ambition Volume 1. You can tap in, you can find it. It's still out there. You can stream it. It's on YouTube. There's a song that I did called The Truth About You. Truth About You was one. I heard 3 seconds of the song and I felt it in my soul. I never listened to that track all the way through. I said, I feel this in my spirit. My spirit was, I don't know, man, my hair is standing up on my arms now just thinking about it. I took that to the studio. I said, Taylor, this is what we're going to do. He set up the thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Where my music people at? They know not this thing. This the podcast thing. There's a music thing. It's a different thing. It's a globe. That thing. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all are so lost. Like, I have no idea what he's talking about. It's hard to explain, man. It's like a walls. It's like a circle. It's like a snow. Imagine a snow globe, but it's not snow. It's like this material, but it blocks out external noise. It isolates the voice and the microphones inside of it, and you just sing into it or talk into it. It's one of those things. So he set the thing up, and I said, man, press play. He's like, cool, we need to listen to it? Nah, I don't want to listen to it. I just want you to play it. He plays it, press record, and I proceed to give 7 minutes and about 26 seconds of my heart and soul, everything that I have. And I remember pouring myself out so bad that like I had nothing left. When I finished that, I had barely had a voice, and I literally just like fell down, just like collapsed down. I'm just like sitting on a chair, and I remember him saying, "You all right?" Like, "Yeah, I'm good, man." That was it. Like I got nothing left. And that's one example. And I remember playing football games where it was very similar, where I literally remember at the end of the game, I can barely walk because I gave everything I had. I left it all on the field. And my athletes know, they say, leave it all on the court, leave it all on the field. That's what I'm challenging you to do this year. I'm challenging you to take nothing with you. Should this be the year, God forbid, that is your last year, you take nothing to the grave. Prayerfully, you live for many, many, many years of many productive, prosperous years. But you got to live it like it is the last, because we don't know if it's the last. And we got to live it with intentionality, going, giving everything that we got. And we got to give that to the last ounce of what's inside us. You got to give everything, give everything, give everything, give everything, because you can. But the one thing you cannot give is up. You cannot give up. I need you to commit before the year starts. So all of us are hopeful right now because we feeling real good. We got a reset. We got a clean slate. 2025 is here, and it's here to stay. It's not here to play. We ready to go make it do what it do. And within 6 weeks' time, some of us are going to get some life-altering revelations. We're going to catch some Mike Tyson haymakers. And we're going to feel deep in our spirit something is off. We're going to feel down. We're going to feel desperate. We're going to feel like, man, maybe this isn't my year. And some of us are going to be ready to throw this whole year away within 2 months' time. And what I am challenging you to do is, no matter what this year brings you, I'm asking you to make the promise now that you're not going to give up. No matter how hard it gets, you're not going to give up. No matter how stressful you feel, you're not going to give up. No matter how hard the mountain is to climb, no matter how far the distance seems left for you to have to go, you're not going to give up, because giving up does not get you anywhere. That is a recipe for failure, which is what you feared to begin with. We're not giving up. I don't care how hard it is. You got more in the tank. There's more inside of you that you have the ability to do. It's just a matter of finding the resolve, finding the champion, finding the depths within you, and continuing to fight for the future that you really say that you want. And I know that you want it because I know who you are and I know how you are. So everything inside of me has to challenge you to get your little self up and go get active this year, because you can. I want you to make all of your dreams a reality this year, and that's only going to happen if you persevere. The only thing that makes you a failure is quitting or not trying. Failing does not make you a failure. Quitting or not trying is what makes you a failure. So you're going to get in the game, you're going to get active, and you're not going to quit. You're just going to keep going. You're going to learn from every setback. You're going to take your lumps. You're going to build relationships. You're going to forge connections. You're going to create new processes and systems. You're going to learn so much more, and you're going to forge the foundation of your future, building a financial gain, building a financially prosperous life that you didn't even think was possible as a result of your efforts, as a result of your sacrifices, and as a result of the moves that you are going to make. This year is the year. I don't care if you say that every year. This year is the year, because you choose to dream big. You choose to live bold, and you choose to give everything you got but up, and you go and you make your dreams a reality. You go and you keep celebrating, but you make 2025 the greatest year it could ever possibly be, because you can.